So you let me know when you're ready.
I'm ready.
Okay. Alrighty, it's 5 p.m. I'll go ahead and call this meeting to order. Alrighty, we'll begin with a quick roll call. Mr. Barton.
Here.
Mr. Freshair.
Here.
Dr. Miller.
Here.
Mr. Chapman.
Here.
Dr. Minnie.
Here.
Good to go. If everybody will stand for the pledge. Dr. Miller, you want to lead us?
I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Alrighty. Please, no delegation. Alrighty. Nothing in reports, so that'll move us to the consent agenda, and we'll start with the minutes.
Make a motion to approve the minutes of the regular meeting of July 22nd, 2024.
Second.
Okay, it's been properly moved and seconded to approve the minutes of the regular meeting on July 22nd, 2024. Is there any further discussion or amendments to that main motion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Any abstention? Motion carries. All right, on to the next set.
Make a motion to approve the minutes of the special meeting of July 30th, 2024.
Second.
Okay, it's been properly moved and seconded to approve the minutes of the special meeting of July 30th, 2024. Is there any further discussion or amendments to that main motion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstention? Motion carries.
Make
All
a
right.
motion to approve the minutes of the special meeting of August 6th, 2024.
Second.
All right, it's been properly moved and seconded to approve the minutes of the special meeting of August 6th, 2024. Is there any further discussion or amendments to that main motion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstention? Motion carries. All righty, Ginger, we are to finance.
Okay, I believe the only thing we have in front of you tonight are bills. Quite a few, we're still cleaning up things in both years, the old year and then starting to have some new bills in the new year. I don't really have anything specific unless somebody has questions.
Make a motion to approve the bills for payment.
Second.
Okay, it's been properly moved and seconded to approve the bills for payment. Is there any further discussion or amendments to that main motion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstention? Motion carries. All righty, open enrollment. Dr. Minnie.
Just have a few here for open enrollment. A 6th and 7th grader, Stephen Craddock, Lewis County, and Ian Scott Helmick, Lewis County.
Make a motion to approve the students for open enrollment.
Second.
Okay, it's been properly moved and seconded to approve the students in the open enrollment sheet. Is there any further discussion or amendments to that main motion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstention? Motion carries. All righty, we are to new business, and we'll begin with the Gilmer County High School Student Handbook. Dr. Minnie.
This is, of course, on here for approval. You guys have had the handbook, and many of you have had a lot of different input on the handbook itself. We sent some updates for Mr. Payne to include in that handbook. That included a discipline matrix, and we voted last meeting before last for that. We also included and are continuing to include PBIS stuff in there. And we also included some different language about, Mr. Barton, what was the language that we included last week that we'd worked on last week?
About the tiered support.
Tiered support. And there was one other thing that we included in there.
I drew a blank.
I did too.
Academic banquet.
The academic banquet, the academic letter, the requirements. One of the things that we'd like to do, and we used to do this in Gilmer County, is students that had over a 3.5 GPA, they could earn an academic letter. That would be, and I'm sure you remember, Hillary, the letter that would go on the jacket that was separate from the other G. They would actually earn that letter. So we included that language as a good carrot for the students to really try to work towards, because if they weren't athletes, or if they were athletes, they can letter in both, but there's an academic letter that's being looked at there. And we kind of outlined the policy for that, which is a 3.5 GPA, and they'd have to have it for a consecutive year. And then they would get, of course, the bar every year after that. And so a few little changes there added. Of course, the discipline chart that we added, the multi-tier system of support. And I think we got it pretty close.
Make a motion to approve the GCHS student handbook.
Second.
Okay, it's been properly moved and seconded to approve the Gilmer County High School Student Handbook. Is there any further discussion or amendments to that main motion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstention? Motion carries. All righty, we'll move on to the Gilmer County Elementary School Student Handbook. Dr. Manning.
Same thing, we included a multi-tier system of support, kind of a flow chart that explained the offensive, much similar to the high school. And there was a little less change in there. They didn't have the academic letter and things like that, but same process. We've had those in front of you all for several weeks now, and we've had a few meetings on things that we could add, and it seems to be ready for approval, in my opinion.
Make a motion to approve the GCES student handbook.
Second.
Okay, it's been properly moved and seconded to approve the Gilmer County Elementary School Student Handbook. Is there any further discussion or amendments to that main motion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstention? Motion carries. All right, we'll move on to employee handbooks.
I just put this on here for information. We have really been trying to organize district-wide, organize our processes from everything from how we attend, to how we take days off, to our finance procedures, to staff schedules, to just a multitude of different things. Each school, back in the old days, we had a full Gilmer County School staff handbook. And we discussed doing that, but we wanted to make it, since we only had 2 schools, we wanted to make a couple different handbooks for each level. So we come up with 2 different handbooks. We do have the Gilmer County Schools Employee Handbook. It's basically the same for both schools, but they each have their individual stuff in them, like start times, for example, ending of the day time. So they've tailored their handbook to their school. I just wanted to show this to the board to show that we've been working on these things to be organized. We put out a teacher desktop reference that has all of the information that we could possibly provide to the teachers to make it easy for them to access what they need to do their job effectively. So there's different things in there, the employee staff handbook, school calendar, so they can really think when they're planning their lessons, they have access to everything. I just wanted to share the handbook with you. It's going to be one of those things that we continue to add things to for forever. It's laid out where it's in alphabetical order. So let's say, for instance, the teachers, if you got a new teacher, which we do have a lot of new teachers, a lot of new aides, and they don't know how to enter grades, they could go into grade entry and it shows them what to do. Tells them, the expectation, when it is, expectations on supervising students, talks about, homework policies and start times and end times and things like that. So it really puts the information at the fingertips of our staff. And for new staff, we're hoping that will continue to help them learn how to be a part of our system. We're also building the same thing for custodians, for bus drivers, for just about everything, that we can retain our employees and they can understand how our system functions and they can move forward and be successful in our system. And I just wanted to put both of those handbooks on here so you could see them and look at them and be able to really tell, what was in those. And we'll be adding to those. There's going to be more and more. There's going to be more added to the teacher desktop reference. We have a plan. Our accountability team has a plan on how we provide ongoing feedback to teachers, checking lesson plans, making sure our students are actively engaged in the class all the time. And these types of organizational things are what we've been working on all summer. So that's just there for some information, and I just wanted to show it to you guys, and the teachers have went over it. I think they've had And I'm sure we'll be making changes to those as we move along.
All righty. Thank you, sir. All right, we'll move on to contract renewal for the schools improvement specialist. Dr. Benny.
This is the same contract we used last year. This is a contracted employee that is reimbursed at a rate of $50 per hour. We have contracted with Naisha Butcher for the last year. She's helped us with our Gilmer accountability team, and I think that she's done an excellent job. She brings a different perspective and one with a lot of knowledge about how accountability works. She went on lots of OEPA audits as a practitioner, and I would make the recommendation to continue on with her this year, serving at both schools, but her main focus is at the secondary level, specifically in that middle school area where we've got lower test scores and need additional support there as far as curriculum.
Make a motion to approve the contract renewal for the school improvement specialist according to the terms laid out in the contract.
Second.
Okay, it's been properly moved and seconded to renew the school improvement specialist contract according to the terms that are laid out in it. Is there any further discussion or amendments to that main motion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstention? Motion carries. All righty. There's nothing in old business, so that'll move us to personnel.
Professional, make the recommendation, Robin James, resignation substitute teacher. Peggy Sue Cope, resignation substitute teacher. Michael Jackson, resignation substitute teacher.
Make a motion to approve the professional portion of the personnel agenda.
Second.
It's been properly moved and seconded to approve the professional portion of the personnel agenda. Is there any further discussion or amendments to that main motion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Any abstention? Motion carries. All right, we'll move on to service.
Jeannie Fisher, resignation substitute secretary.
Make a motion to approve the service portion of the personnel agenda.
Second.
Okay, it's been properly moved and seconded to approve the service portion of the personnel agenda. Is there any further discussion or amendments to that main motion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Any abstention? Motion carries. All right, on to extracurricular.
Amanda Trimble, resignation, Mini Titan auxiliary, Mini Titan cheer coach. Tori Williams, resignation, head Mini Titan track coach.
Make a motion to approve the extracurricular portion of the personnel agenda.
Second.
Okay, it's been properly moved and seconded to approve the extracurricular portion of the personnel agenda. Is there any further discussion or amendments to that main motion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstention? Motion carries. All right, on to substitute teachers.
Substitute teacher recommendation for the 24-25 school year, Martha Allen, David Bishop, Tony Bishop, Andrew Butcher, Laura Chapman, Danae Dobbins, Amber Dooley, Carol Edwards, Leanne Halse, Nancy McVaney, Casey Miller, Pamela Minnick, Amy Nichols, Jeanette Ramazan, Madison Shepard, Monica Bush, Samantha Soa, Leslie Turner, and Rick Kinder.
Make a motion.
But before Hillary makes a motion, I'll excuse myself for a relation on there and let Dustin chair this vote.
All right.
I'm not going to excuse myself. I'm just going to not vote.
Make a motion to approve the substitute teacher portion of the personnel agenda.
Second. All right, it's been moved and seconded. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carried. All right.
I'm jealous.
One day you'll have your chance. We could have changed it.
You got one more round of that coming down the way.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, I think we're to substitute administrators, Dr. Manning.
Substitute administrators for the 2024-25 school year, Naisha Butcher, Grace Tallhammer, and Brian Stearns.
Make a motion to approve the substitute administrator portion of the personnel agenda.
Second.
Okay, it's been properly moved and seconded to approve the substitute administrator portion of the agenda. Is there any further discussion or amendments to that main motion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstention? Motion carries. All right, substitute nurse.
Recommend Carol Edwards.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, it's been properly moved and seconded to accept the superintendent's recommendation for substitute nurses. Is there any further discussion or amendments to that main motion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstention? Motion carries. Substitute cook.
Recommend Peggy Hardman, Samantha Bush, and Brittany Fincham.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, it's been properly moved and seconded to approve the superintendent's recommendation for substitute cooks. Is there any further discussion or amendment to that main motion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstention? Motion carries. All right, substitute secretary.
Rebecca Hacker-Minnick, Debbie Skinner, and Sherry Ratliff.
So moved.
I'm going to one more time.
Cody's trying to leave, just hold on.
So moved.
Motion?
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded.
I said it 5 times. Come on. Killing me down here.
So it's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? All right. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carries. All right. Maybe I should just let you do it. Just get it out of your
Pass her back
system.
and forth.
All right, you can continue, Dr. Money.
Substitute bus operator, recommend Timothy Hickman, Susie Kirkpatrick, and Carlos Bailey.
So moved.
Second.
All right, it's been properly moved and seconded to accept the superintendent's recommendation for substitute bus operators. Any further discussion or amendments? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstention? Motion carries. All right, substitute aid.
I recommend Leslie Turner, Carol Miles, Chelsea Jenkins, Brittany Fincham, and Ashley Holbert.
So moved.
Second.
All righty, it's been properly moved and seconded to accept the superintendent's recommendation for substitute aides. Any further discussion or amendments to that main motion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstention? Motion carries. Substitute custodian.
Recommend Danny Smith and Brittany Fincham.
So moved.
Second.
All right, it's been properly moved and seconded to accept the superintendent's recommendation for substitute custodian. Any further discussion or amendments to that main motion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstention? Motion carries. Permission to post.
What happened to her?
We still have our trainer. She's doing good, but this is a position, would be a dollar position. This would be someone that would volunteer if that person had to be out, if that person was ill, so on and so forth. Susie had a connection with EMS or EMTs, and I'm not sure. So she could kind of set up that. Well, she's not here, so we need to have somebody as a backup, and we're hoping maybe we get a couple RNs or something that does not want to take this full time. But if somebody would happen to be absent, or there was a sickness or an illness, it wouldn't shut football practice down. It wouldn't shut a game down. We'd have somebody. So it's just one of those dollar volunteer positions like we would do any other auxiliary position.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, it's been properly moved and seconded to accept the superintendent's recommendation on the permission to post an auxiliary athletic trainer. Is there any further discussion or amendments to that main motion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstention? Motion carries. All right. I think that was a vote-a-rama. There's nothing in continuous improvement. So for superintendent's update, Dr. Manny. Vote-a-rama.
So first thing, we had what I consider a really good opening ceremony. Had a lot of positive comments from the staff. It was a good PD today. Appreciate everybody that worked on that, and the principals did a fine job out there in front of their staffs. I thought was well received. Just a few updates here. Got Project Connect. We're really working on trying to get the live streaming going for the football games, to live stream with broadcasting and play-by-play and everything like that. So we're working on that. We got a few people that might be interested. If we keep twisting arms, they might volunteer. So update on the Brooklyn field. We've had a big dumpster down there. Those guys have really been cleaning out that field house. They've cleaned out a bunch of stuff. We've tried to shine it up the best we can. The cameras are being installed right now. Actually, currently they're running the wire, installing the cameras. That should be done very shortly. They have really cleaned out a lot of really old junk and flooded junk and things like that from the building. Just another quick update. Our weekly bulletin will start back this week. So you guys will have a week at a glance where you can see what's coming up next week. So you can, and also in the month, you'll have the matrix on there. And then any news that I want to give you as far as what I've been working on or so on and so forth. If you got any questions, just shoot me an email or text me. We have students coming on Thursday. So I'll be traveling to schools to greet each student. I'm going to walk through each classroom. I'm going to try to do my best to get every single classroom in the county on Thursday. We had a pre-bid meeting on our freezer project, and we have a bid opening on the cooler freezer project on August 22nd. We had a good turnout. We had seven. We think we had at least 7 show up. There was 9 there, but I think a couple of them were working together. But I think we had a good turnout, so we should have a good competitive bid process for that. We've been meeting as an ad hoc group for our new Gilmer County Fitness and Wellness Center, / maybe called the Bolt. We don't know exactly, but we're thinking that name, Bolt Fitness. We've been working with the architects on coming up with a design and kind of a cost of what it is, and we're very excited to hopefully shortly to outline that to the public. I just wanted to update the entire board on that. I want to personally thank all the directors, all the people that worked so hard to make that opening ceremony take place. We had people get food. We had people, signing people in. There was a lot of people from this office. We had folks training people. Miss West and Miss Mason put a ton of extra work into that. So I just wanted to say thank you to all those folks. We had a CEFP meeting. Some of you attended it. And for the rest of the board, we're talking about the next 10 years. We're midway through our cycle. What do we need 10 years from now? And which is about 13 or 14 years out. Some topics came up of remodeling cost. We made our number one priority, though, to build a new Gilmer County High School. And then we had a lot of secondary type of cleanup projects at Gilmer County High School, which there is a lot of stuff that needs repaired there. The building is almost 70 years old, hasn't been remodeled for 30 years. So just to give you guys an update, the rest of the board an update about that. And most of all, I want to welcome all the students back to school. And I'm very excited that we're getting the students back. We have worked extremely hard this summer and just very excited to actually get them back, get them in the classroom and see everybody again. And just wanted to welcome the students back. And I plan to go out Thursday and go classroom to classroom and welcome all the students myself. That's all I got.
All righty. I'm going to move us into board member comments, and we'll start with Mr. Barton.
I'd like to thank both the high school and the elementary principal for working very diligently on the discipline plans. That was short notice to get something done. But I really appreciate getting it done. I think it'll be a benefit to both schools and to the parents and to the students. And I think it'll make everything else kind of run a little smoother. So I really appreciate the effort that was put into it. And I will second what Dr. Minnie said about the roll ball field. In my lifetime, I spent a lot of time down there, and it's cleaner now than I've seen it in many a year. When you see a head coach mopping the floor, that tells you something. So I was really pleased with what they're doing. So I think they'll take good care of that, and that'll be one less headache we shall have.
Mr. Fresher.
No real comment, well, other than welcome back. Here goes another year, so good luck to everyone. Thanks.
Dr. Miller.
Well, my son said he's not going. So, any farmers in Gilmer County, Eric Squires posted, if you're in need of assistance hauling water for your animals or livestock during the drought, to call the Emergency Services Office 304-462-0400. I know the water situation for us farmers is pretty dire right now. The Calhoun County Library has their trivia night, August 29th of 2024. And this has been a very well-received and growing activity in our neighboring county. The Gilmer Public Library has a fall planting party, and that is a Saturday, August 10th, and Tuesday, August 13th. The seeds and supplies are free, and all ages are welcome. So check out the Gilmer County Public Library. The Gilmer County Farm Show is always big excitement in Gilmer County. That's going to be September 3rd through the 7th. The livestock will be unloaded on the 3rd. I believe the bidding is on Thursday, and then there'll be some exhibits opened on the Friday, and the last day will be Saturday at the livestock barn. A lot of our local 4-H kids and FFA kids raise animals, all year in preparation for this farm show. And animals are auctioned off usually on Thursday night with, the income going to the students as an encouragement for being involved in agriculture in our community. So everybody come out on September 3rd through 7th and support our FFA and our 4-H kids. And I'm just happy and excited as Colton for school to start, because it's such a joy to get him up in the mornings and get him going. So that's all I have.
All righty. Thank you, Dr. Miller. Mr. Chapman.
No, just looking forward to another year.
All right. I'm echoing everybody. Thanks for everybody's hard work. Looking forward to a new year. Let's just keep moving forward. All righty. Do you have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
All righty. Is there a second?
Second.
All right. It's been properly moved and second. We adjourn the meeting. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Nope. Meeting adjourned.